Welcome to a special FIFA 21 rebuild. In the past 2 days, the passing of Diego Maradona has rocked everybody in the footballing world. So we're going to do a special rebuild where we're going to take the team he was coaching at the time of his death, Gimnasia y Esgrima La Plata. We're going to take them out of the First Division Argentinian League, and in honor of him, we're going to put them in the Serie A. And we're going to see if we're going to take them to a Champions League title. Now, with this rebuild, with it being a Maradona edition, there is going to be one limitation. That is, this squad will have nothing but Argentina and Italian players. Argentinian players, my fault. In honor of the man himself. And we're going to see if we can get this rebuild all the way to the end. So it should be different in honor of the great man himself, Mr. Maradona. Let's see what we can do. As you see, for Serie A, definitely don't have much of a transfer budget. But anyways, let's give it a go. Now here's a quick look at the lineup we have going. As you see, it's not going to be strong by Serie A standards. One fortunate thing I have going for me this year is the FIFA 21 took out Serie A B, so we will not get relegated. So that's going to help. Now the one thing is, 3 or 4 members of the starting lineup are 34 years or older, so I am going to need a rebuild, and it's going to be rough because of the fact that we don't have any money really. So I'm going to rely heavily on the youth academy, and we're going to go from there and see what we can do. Now this player is Colombian. He's also the best player with the highest potential, I believe, on the team off the top of my head. I don't remember. But let's see what we do. So for our first signing, we've signed the young Italian teenage striker from Spal, Sebastiano Esposito, for $3.2 million. So 2 players sold: Maximiliano Coronel going to Genk for $1.1 million, and Bracia Tijanovic going to Bahia for $1.85 million. We sold Lucas Fish, the 39-year-old player, to Mont for $410,000. The only reason I sold him was because he's intending to play until next year when he's 40, so might as well get a little bit of money for him. And we sold Maximiliano Kumba to Independiente for a little over $2 million. And we sold our central midfielder Victor Ayala to Watford for $2.3 million. Well, we signed from AC Monza David Batesti for $4.4 million. So we sold our backup goalkeeper Nelson Inchron to Rosario Central for $350,000. And we brought in teenage center back Nicolo Armini from Lazio for $2.1 million. So that's it for this transfer window. Considering I only had a $4.5 million transfer budget, I made $1.5 million back from the pre-season tournament. And I took some money allocated for wages and brought it over to the transfer fees. But considering how little money I have for a Serie A team, I will take that transfer. I'm quite satisfied with it. So let's go January 1st, see how we're doing with all these moves. For the upcoming transfer window, we've sold our striker Lucas Barrios for $609,000 to Goya. Well, if this was normal Italian soccer, we would be in the relegation zone on a three-way tie at 11 points with Spezia and Genoa, but luckily we are not. But let's get out of this relegation zone. Let's see if we can do anything. Leading the Serie A is Inter over Juventus, Lazio, and Roma. And here's a list of the young Italian in my youth development academy that you might see on the team roster soon. Here's a short list. So back to the transfers. Nope, didn't do any transfer window. I decided to just get another young player. I'm going to save that money for next year, maybe go after a more seasoned veteran. I'll just let my young players grow this year to see where we go. So let's go to June 1st, see how we finish up. Yeah, unfortunately we couldn't avoid bottom with this team. It wasn't what I was hoping. It doesn't completely surprise me. When you look at the ratings from the Argentinian League, the worst teams in this league are 3 stars, while Gimnasia is 2.5 stars though, but I thought the players I acquired would grow and help more than they did, or maybe I overestimated it. Either way, Inter Milan won the Serie A over Juventus. Juventus won the Coppa Italia over Lazio, and we lost in the round of 16 Chievo Verona. Champions League was won by Man City over Juventus, so Juventus had a pretty solid year. Inter Milan did pull off a double, but it was the Europa League title, and they won over fellow Serie A member Napoli. As you saw, we weren't a goal-scoring machine. Most goals we have is 6 by one player, by Frattesi, so yeah. Well, as you saw, my manager rating was in the mid-40s, so hopefully I don't get fired, and we can move on to Season 2. 2 players that will not be joining us for Season 2 next year is Mr. Mancia is going to Cardiff City for $1 million, and Mr. Perez Garcia is going to the Turkish club Gimnasia. Boy. So, anyways, on to Season 2. Hopefully. Now, this is what I call bargain. I happened to be searching for goalkeeper, and I looked up Sergio Romero, who's currently second, third string goalkeeper at Manchester United, depending on which week it is. Well, he happened to be a free agent at the beginning of this year, so I've signed the 34-year-old goalkeeper on a free agent contract with an A overall. Considering my current keeper is only 73, that's a bonus. Now I found this gem over in Argentina. Signed the 18-year-old left midfielder Alan Velasco for $7 million from Independiente Atletico, or something along that line. But yes, 18 years old, 71 rated. We signed the Italian 21-year-old center back Matteo Lovato from Verona for $7 million and $2. Yes, the $2 was important because they didn't want to sell it for me for $7 million. They wanted a sell-on fee. But when I added those $2, they accepted without sell-on fee. Don't ask me, I just work here. Well, welcome to the club, Matteo. So since I got a lot of those youth academy players coming up, I've gone on and sold a few players. Matthias Garcia is going to Leuven for $700,000. Our starting goalkeeper last year, Jorge Brown, going to Atletico Gio for $550,000. Leandro Compton going to FC Twente for $720,000, and Tomas Fernandez going to SCR Al-Touch for $250,000. So I went out and signed for the depth on the bench a promising prospect from Torino for $1 million, Christian Silicia. Now, listen to center back, but you can also play left back as well. So, and I don't have a backup left back right now, so more depth on the bench, and he has a decent chance to grow pretty well to be a borderline starter, solid backup, or he can be trade bait. Now, the one thing my youth academy can produce is left midfielders. Apparently, I've got 2 that are 17, 18 years old and already 63, 64 rated. So, sold Matias Gomez to Independiente for $3 million, and also Matias Miranda went to Huracan for $500,000. Apparently, I don't like the name Matias. It was a busy transfer window, and I've actually got about $10 million in the bank. Even finishing next to last in Serie A, we were coming from the Argentinian league with our budget the first year. That's why I only got $4 million. So, luckily this year I got the Serie A budget. So I'm going to leave the $10 million in the bank, see how my team grows, and evaluate everything on January 1st. I'll see you then, guys. And he wanted out of the club, so I ended up selling Johan Carbonero to Union Berlin for $6 million. Nice little haul. I'm going to want to look for another right back, though. So on January 1st, we're doing much better. We're sitting 14th. Now, the one thing is we're only 2 points out of 17th and 5 out of relegation. Wow, we are long. 13 points off of European football, but Inter Milan is leading Juventus and Napoli in the chase for the Serie A title. So let's see what we do this transfer window. We have sold Herman Gouffry to the Portland Timbers for $1.4 million. Yeah, I screwed up and didn't stop in time, but no, we didn't do any transfer business. I just couldn't find a guy for the right price that would fit in where I was at. I'm better off just going with a couple of the youth prospects, stick them in the right midfield, and just see if they can grow exponentially by playing out every game. So anyways, let's go to the end of the season and see if we can get to that mid-table finish we're hoping for. Well, we faded a little bit down the stretch. We ended up finishing 16th on the season, so we weren't in the relegation zone. But as you see, there's a clear definition between the bottom 7 and the rest of the league, with the separation between Sampdoria and Sassuolo. Inter once again won the league by 2 over Juventus. Roma beat Inter to win the Coppa Italia. Barcelona defeated Chelsea to win the Champions League. And I forgot to mention, we lost in the first round of the Coppa Italia to the same teams we did last year. Lyon defeated Spurs to win the Europa League. Here we go with the list of our top goal scorers, led by Brahim Lehmann with 12. Esposito had 11, but his growth has not been very good, considering he literally started every game but 3. So I don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough patience, because I need to start moving up the standings to make some ground up in the Serie A. So I may need to get another striker. I'm not sure. But anyways, it's a pretty solid season for Mr. Romero. So we're going to go and move on to season number 3. So we start off this 3rd season by getting that right midfielder that we couldn't get last year. We signed for Fulham Argentinian Julian Alvarez for $29.1 million. Welcome to the club, Julian. So the only 2 other moves we made was we sold a center midfielder, 23-year-old Monti, and the veteran right back Morales. And as you see, we got a whole whopping $890,000 for them. One went to Hercules Alvamarelis, and the other one went to, I don't remember. But that's it for this transfer window. I'm about to show you where our team lineup is at for overall and everything. And here's what our starting lineup looks like outside of Armini. Everybody's in the 70s, and 2 of them are in the mid-70s. So we're making progress. Once again, I'm hoping for a mid-table finish. We'll see, because the bench isn't very strong, because it's made up of mostly youth academy products, so they need to have some time to grow. So, there's a couple decent strong one. Gasparoni is 17. Celestia is who we got. Nadil. So we'll see. Anyways, on January 1st. So we're sitting 14th, but we do have 21 points, and we're actually level with 13th and 12th Fiorentina and Torino. So I don't want to get overly optimistic, because I've done this the last 2 years and we faded. Now, one nice thing is there's not the big gap in the table. Even though we're 14th, we're only 7 out of 6 European spots. Top 5 pulled away, with Inter and Lazio both leading the league on 46 points. But again, let's not get too carried away with optimistics, and see if we can actually finish strong. So let's see if I do any transfers, or able to anyways. Once again, I hit the button one too many times. I didn't do any signings. I did most of my money in re-upping players' contracts that were due in the next year, that were giving me unhappy with their contract symbol. So this way, my team have no reason not to finish stronger down the stretch. Because obviously, the higher you place in the in the league, the more money you get, and I could use more money to go after a couple of good young studs. So anyways, here's a quick look at where everybody's at. Armenia's now made it into the 70s. Then the next low is 72, and so on. So it is a very slow grind, but we're getting there slowly but surely. So let's go to June and see if we can actually not fade and finish mid-table. Well, we're slowly improving. We didn't have a strong finish. We didn't have a weak finish. Kind of okay. So we finished 13th. Winning Juventus won the Serie A this year over in Inter, so that's different. Juventus also won the Coppa Italia, and we lost the first round again, but this time we drew Lazio, I believe it was. Munich won the Champions League over Liverpool, and Napoli won the Europa League over Leverkusen. They're still not a strong scoring side, but Alvarez led the way with 11 goals. Just a couple of players that are retiring at the end of this year. As soon as I can find them. One is Sergio Romero, so we're going to have to go find another goalkeeper for next year. But he definitely did his part helping us out. Maybe I'm imagining things. I don't see him. Maybe he retired last year. I didn't realize it was the center back. Bowles. Oh, I can't believe I forgot the name. So anyways, we are now done with season 3. We're going into season 4. And probably should hope for a top of table finish. But I really want a gun for Europa League. Yeah, call me crazy, but it's a computer. It's a game. And I'm the manager, and I'm trying to do this for Mr. Maradona. So, we're going to go to Season 4 and try to meet expectations. So, I've addressed the goalkeeping issue. I've signed for Sampdoria for $33.6 million. Emil Aldero, the 26-year-old goalkeeper with 81 rating. So, there we go. We've addressed the goalkeeping issue for now. We've sold the Uruguayan Cam, who's been here since the beginning of this rebuild. Raheem Aliman to Club Brugge for $1.7 million. So we've stretched every dime of the budget I could, but acquired from San Lorenzo 21-year-old central midfielder Matthias Palacios for $11.7 million. This team must have a thing with Matthias. That's what, 5 or 6 been through this team or on the team. Anyways, so that's it for this transfer window. We've got the 2 big acquisitions to fill the holes we have from players who retired or we sold because got older. So let's go January 1st, and maybe this time we can be mid-table. Let's see. Okay, my frustration's building. We are sitting in 16th. I don't get it. Leading the league is Atalanta and ahead of Inter on goal difference. So I have like $80 in the bank, so we're not even going to worry about the transfer window. If nothing happens, we're just going to go straight to the season and see if we pull out of the doldrums and do anything. And here's a quick look at the squad. Yeah, there's lowest is Armenia at 72, but I've got an 82 goaltender, an 80 right midfielder, 79 left back. I figure we'd be doing better than this, but okay. Anyways, end of the season. Well, we did a little bit better. It was the first time in the 4 years that we've actually improved in the second half of the season. We got up to 12th place and we ended with 48 points. So finally, some solid improvement. Juventus won the league by 8 over Atalanta. Lazio defeated Juventus to win the Coppa Italia. We lost in the round of 16 to Verona. Munich won the Champions League over Milan And I believe that's back-to-back from Munich, I believe, or 2 and 3 years. And Bundesliga did it again, winning the Europa League with Wolfsburg over Real Sociedad. Esposito finished the year with 17 goals, so scoring improved a little bit. So we're going to go to season 5, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more money and maybe get another impact player or two and see if we take this squad to the next level. I know that's like an auto repeat from the last 2 seasons, but anyway. So I had been searching for this guy the last couple of years, but never could find the right opportunity to really need to go get him. But Milan let Mr. Matteo Gabbia be a free agent. As soon as I saw this, I went ahead and signed him to the club. Worst case scenario, I've got quality on the bench now. So we sold the center back Nicolo Armini to West Brom for $7.7 million. And the selling of Mr. Armini was done to make way for a move to make Alessandro Bastoni the next player for Gimnasia. We bought him for $41.1 million from Inter Milan. Welcome to the club, Alessandro. So that'll be it for this transfer window. We're going to go January 1st. I shall have no more comments outside of that. Now there we go. How about that? We're sitting in 4th in Serie A. Level on points with Lazio, but ahead of them for some reason. But we're only 4 up on 7th place Cagliari to stay in the European football spot. Leading league is Juventus with 42. So let's see if we do anything in this transfer window. Now, finally, this is the big leap I've been waiting for. I left the team as is, so no business this transfer window. So let's see if we can hold on to European football and go to the end of the year and make some forward progress in this rebuild. Seems like we've been stuck in stall for 20 minutes. And by the skin of our teeth, we held on to European football spot, barely getting punished by 2 goals on differential. Whew. But we finished 6th. Milan won the league with 90 points. So, and we were missing Esposito, who was injured the last 3 months, so that hurt. But man, we only finished 2 points out of Champions League spot, with Lazio being 4th with 63. Well, this is definitely improvement. I'll take it. Lazio defeated Fiorentina to win the Coppa Italia. I'm done talking my team through this. Lost in the first round again to Verona. Liverpool defeated Real Madrid in the finals Champions League. This is something I don't think I've ever seen in FIFA 20 or 21. Everton won a trophy. They won the Europa League over Milan. As you see, we were a far more offensive team this year. Alvarez leading the way with 19 goals, but we had 3 guys in triple digits, so far better season offensively. Here we are, what we look like going into season 6. As you see, everybody is 79 or higher. Oh, 78, I missed Wycott down there in the bottom right. But Alvarez up to 84. Stoney went up to 82, so we are making progress. So next year we're going to get our first taste of European football in the Europa League. See you then. So start off the 6th season. Is it 6th? Maybe it's 7th. I've lost track now. 6th, I think. We signed the son of Daniel Maldini, the son of the great Paolo. He was in the free agent market, I guess, just like Gabbia, and Milan let him go. So, FIFA 21, you tend to find players more often free agents. In FIFA 20, you almost never had players coming off regular teams free agency. They were signed before the end of the season, so that's different. But after the injury of Esposito, I had nobody above a 65 rating to back him up. So now I've got good backup. So I've pulled the trigger on a big swap deal. We have sent the young prospect Matthias Palacios, the 22-year-old or actually 23 now, I think. It was 79 rated. But we got an exchange from Schalke. Nicolo Saniolo, the true cam, while Palacios is more of a cam / right midfielder. But we've acquired Nicolo Saniolo, and we sent with Palacios, I think it was about $47 million. Can't remember the exact amount, doesn't list it there, but there's our big move. So I also signed one other free agent to add to depth numbers. Nothing special. He was 60 rated, but one of my requirements from the office was to sign two players the same nationality as the team, or as the league that we play in, I guess. I don't remember, but either way, I successfully completed it, so my rating is good for now. So we're going to go January 1st, and we're going to see how we did at our first ever European competition in the Europa League. Hopefully we advance to the knockout stages. See you in a moment. And we finished top our group in Group E. It was a very close group, though, as you see, 9-8-7-6 points. We finished ahead of Nordsjælland, Victoria Plzen, and FCSB, the Romanian club. Round of 32, we draw Luzern, the Swiss club. Not a bad draw, actually. In the league, we're sitting in fourth, just like we were last year, and it's another tight league race. Look at that, 9th through 4th is separated by 3 points. We're well behind the leaders, Juventus, but as you see, we're making progress. So let's see if we do anything in this free agent window. So we did no business this window, but unfortunately my right back Weingart has signed a pre-contract for next year, so I'm going to need to find a replacement right back next year. But for this year he's there. Unfortunately, through most of this month and most of February, Emil Odero is out with a broken elbow. He's out for like 7 weeks, so this is a crucial time. This is Coppa Italia, this is the middle of the league season, and I'm not sure he's going to make it back for that matchup against the CERN in the Europa League. So with all that said, hopefully we have a good end of the season. Let's go to June 1st, see what we do. It's taken 6 years, but we have finally made it to qualify for Champions League, finishing 4th. Still a little distance away behind Juventus, but we have made the pinnacle of the European soccer, football, whichever country you're from. Juventus defeated Benevento to win the Coppa Italia, do the domestic double. Benevento beat us in the quarters, so hey, we actually made it there for a change. The third time this rebuild, Bayern Munich is Champions League champions, won easily over Man City. In an all Premier League Europa League final, Leicester City defeated Chelsea. Chelsea defeated us in the quarterfinals pretty handily, but hey, we don't have to worry about Europa League because next year it's all about the Champions League. So as you see, we had a few more goals scored this year since we played a lot more games of European football. Esposito finished with 25 goals. Zanioli 22 and Alvarez 21. So, a quick look at stats. And here's a quick look at the lineup. As you see, everybody's 81 and above. In fact, the only person 81 is the one player that's leaving us at the end of the year, Mr. Weigand. Now, right back is a hard one to find a high number for, so hopefully with our Europa League money, the top 4 placing, hopefully the board will give us plenty of money to find a top flight replacement for him. So hopefully there is one Argentinian or Italian. Even though the Serie A is pretty strong, the Italian soccer talent isn't as deep as it once was, especially on the attacking front. But I digress. On to season 7. Let's see what we can do. And we've got the replacement right back. We signed Argentinian Gonzalo Montiel for $72.4 million. He's from Newcastle. In real life, he currently plays for River Plate in Argentina, and he's also on the Argentinian national team. Welcome to the club, Gonzalo. So, when you get to this level where you're trying to creep into Champions League and go farther, you have to do incremental changes to address needs. Even though he served his purpose well to get us here, we've sold Emil Aldero to West Ham, and along with $20 million to get back Alex Merritt, 29-year-old goalkeeper. There's only one goalkeeper really that's better, but he is not just better, but one of the best in the world. So that's going to take a truckload of money, and I'm talking about semi-truck. So I'm sure most of you know who I'm referring to, but we'll wait for it because I'm going to try to get him sometime in the near future if I have to. And we've sold center back Alessandro Bastoni to Werder Bremen for $58.1 million. And a sign and a signal that I'm going to try and win this in the next 2 years, we have replaced the Bastoni with Alessio Romagnoli. He's currently at Leverkusen, and we got him $34.7 million. Welcome club, Alessio. So that's it for this transfer window. Definitely spent the money the board gave me. I didn't want them to change their mind and take it back from me. So let's quickly look at our first ever champions group and see who we drew. So we drew Real Madrid, and then Benfica and Spartak Moscow. Not an easy group, but not the most difficult group. Could have certainly been worse. Obviously Real Madrid is probably going to be a little better than us. I'm hoping not, but you never know. But we're going to see how we do in the group stage here on January 1st in just a moment. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's a surprise. We won the group over Real Madrid. That is surprising. But anyways, hey, I'll take it. In our benefits, we get to face Villarreal, so not too bad of a draw. Of course, this is several years later, so it could be different, but I won't complain. Let's see how we're doing in the league. Well, we're sitting in the Champions League position again, up on Inter by goal difference, but we're only 6 out of first, which is being led by Atalanta, and if you judge the Serie A and the rebuilds, probably more likely better judged by Juventus Milan. We're only 4 behind Juventus. So let's see if we do anything this transfer window. So we did no business this transfer window, so we're going to just go straight to the round of 16 matchup, our first ever knockout round of the Champions League. So here we go. The round of 16 against Villarreal. We're playing on the road. As you see, they got Kepa in goal. They got Pogba, Casemiro. I'm guessing it's probably Theo Hernandez. So pretty solid team. So let's sim. Can we get at least away goals, but not the victory? We got nada. Zilch. More shots, but not as many chances. So, oh well. I guess it's better than a loss. So here we are for the home leg. Outside of a 0-0 draw, which results in penalties, we have to win the game, but we are at home. Full lineup. We're ready to go. Let's give it a whirl. Can we advance to the quarterfinals? No! 1-1 draw, which means they go on away goals. Goal by Zaniolo. But Cabral tied up the 52nd minute. Oh, well, that's the end of our Champions League run this year. But we've got to be getting close, so let's go to the end of the season and see how we fare in the Italian League. Look at that. We captured our first Serie A title. We went on a massive run at the end of the season. As I said, the standard league is Juventus, and we finished 5 points up on them. Wow. That's our first trophy of this rebuild. Juventus did win the Coppa Italia, and they defeated us in the quarterfinals on penalties. An El Clasico rivalry, Real Madrid came out on top of penalties over Barcelona. And more dominance from La Liga, Sevilla won their 457th Europa League title against Arsenal. Okay, if this was real, this would only be their 7th, but you get the picture. Here's a look at our goal production. Esposito with 31 goals, while Mr. Alvarez got 18 and 10. So a quick look at stats. So I'll quickly give you a rundown of where the overalls on the starting lineup. Then we're going to go to Season 8, where we're hoping to pull down the big trophy in the goal of this rebuild, the Champions League trophy, the one that Maradona has yet to get his hands on as a player or as a coach. So quick look at stats, and I'll see you on the other side in Season 8. So we start off this the 8th season by making a big move, because I'm going for the title this year. We've acquired Sandro Tonali from Arsenal for Fausto Vera and $130 million. Hopefully this is the big difference I'm looking for. So that was all we did this transfer window, other than one prospect being sold off for $800,000, Mr. Correa. So we're going to go to January 1st and see how we finish in our Champions League group. We're just going to go straight there. So we end up winning that group somewhat comfortably over Ajax, Sevilla, and Moscow. In the round of 16, we've drawn the Spurs. And on January 1st, we're leading the Serie A, 2 points over Inter and 7 over Juventus. So hopefully we can keep that lead throughout the rest of the season. At the beginning of the season, we did get crushed in the Supercopa against Juventus, 4-1. So that's the last of the standings update. So let's see if we do any business this transfer window. So the only business we did this transfer window is sign one of our former prospects for a small fee, just to thin the numbers, get a little bit more money. So on to the round of 16, the Champions League. So here's the round of 16 matchup against Spurs. We're playing on the road for this. They've got nice, well, it's an older team though, for the most part. Luis Felipe, Mukele, De Gea, Skriniar, Gnabry, Fabinho. So we've got our full starting lineup in. Let's simulate. Can we get a away goal or two or win? 2-2. Late goal by Esposito. Early brace by Esposito. So 2-2 draw. It's fair. So here we are in the round of 16, the home fixture. Going in the aggregate 2-2, so we're in good position. They've changed up their striker with Kruger and midfielder Langmer, so we got our usual lineup. Let's go. See if we can manage this. Draw at 0 will be good enough for the quarterfinals again. So our quarterfinal matchup, we get Barcelona. Fun. Still have Ter Stegen, they have Upamecano, Trincao, Richarlison, Palacio, Slotty, De Jong, yeah, the usual that you can buy with $400 million. So anyways, we're starting off on the red leg. Our team's fully healthy. And we lost 2-1, so we did get the away goal at least, so 1-0 would be good for us. So we are at home for this leg of the quarterfinals, but the problem is Romagnoli is suspended, so Celestia needs to come up with the game of his life. So let's hope. I've seen bigger odds overcome. And the score says 2-2. Oh, we couldn't quite get the extra goal. And it wasn't that close because we had an 89th minute goal anyways. And Sufati scored twice late in the first half to really put this out of reach. So on to the end of the season, and we'll have to go to season 8, 9, I don't know. I picked this up on the next day, so not exactly sure where we're at, being honest. So anyways, end of the season coming right up. So, we didn't take the league title this year. We finished second to Juventus. Oh, not the year we were hoping for. But we did at least take home the last piece of hardware we hadn't claimed outside the Champions League and Europa League. We took home the Coppa Italia, winning over Fiorentina. Man City pulled out the Champions League over Atletico Madrid on penalties. Here's something you don't see every day. Real Madrid won the Europa League over Rennes. Here's a quick look at lineup. I am going to have to do some rearranging because Romagnoli's 33 years old. Montiel's 31. So, took gamble. Merritt is 31. That's not too bad for the goalkeeper. The question is he good enough? So next year, going to have to make some changes. And unfortunately, with the guidelines of Italian and Argentinian, especially in the back, which is a lot of the good players in FIFA that are Italian in the back are all over the age of 30. When you start the rebuilding, we're now going in year 9. So Chiellini be like 44 right now. So doubt he's playing and doubt he's 89, 87, whatever he is. So anyways, we'll take a quick look at the stats here and then move on to season 9. Look at Esposito hitting 39 goals and 11 assists. And oh, by the way, he's up at 90 at age 25. So anyways, we're off to season number 9. Can we get it done? So we start off this season by getting Marcos Senesi from Mönchengladbach for $50 million. He was one less overall than Romagnoli. Most of his stats are actually better, and he is 2 years younger, so I'm going to bank on that Romagnoli's stats going to go down quicker than Senesi. And back at 31, I've seen it where it might even go up. I doubt it, but I'll take the chance. And also for the big signings, since I couldn't prove the center back obviously that much, we have made a swap deal with Dortmund. We have sent them Alex Merritt, who's done his deed for the club, and $55 million to sign. Who else are you going to sign in an Italian rebuild for goalkeeper outside of Gianluigi Donnarumma? So as you saw, my bench does have some weakness to it. So I've signed for off the bench with Sandro Martinez, signed the Argentinian for $40 million for Fiorentina. Now he can play central defensive midfielder, center back, and left back. So he's a versatile guy that I can use anytime for spot starts, injuries, so on and so on. Definitely a key addition. So since he wouldn't agree to anything less than crucial, I went ahead and sold Alessio Romagnoli to Chelsea for $84 million. So we have sent David Fertesi to Barcelona for Nicolo Barella and $45.7 million. Welcome to the club, Nicolo. So that'd be it for this transfer window outside of the one prospect we sold that you'll see there. So let's go January 1st, see how we did in the Champions League. So we're leading Napoli by 7 in Serie A at the halfway point. Champions League, granted, it was definitely one of the easiest groups you're going to see with Hertha Berlin and Shakhtar Donetsk and Slavia Praha. And then in the round of 16, we're facing Spartak Moscow. Man, paved the road for us. And we got our hands on another trophy that we haven't won before. Beginning of the year, we won the Supercoppa over Juventus this year. So I was just going to show you the one signing I'm going to do this transfer period. I wanted an 80-plus player as a midfielder signed. So from Atletico Madrid, we got the Italian veteran Marco Verratti for $24.6 million. Well, that was a terrible transition, but anyways, round of 16, road leg, Spartak Moscow, full team. Don't expect this to be a problem. Oh, and it might be. Okay, second leg goes Fisher, home leg. I know the guy kicked butt. Goalkeeper, I think, has a pretty good potential in this game. I could be wrong. But I may have to eat a shoe if we don't make it out of this round. 2-0 win. Thank you, Mr. Alvarez and Saniola. And for the second straight year, quarterfinals, Barcelona. They pretty much got close to the same team. They have Dembele, Auer, and Lagoon. But they're a year older. So, home leg first. Let's see, can we take a lead in the fixture? 1-0 lead, Esposito, the goal in the 57th minute. That's the way we want it. And Fati missed the penalty kick. Here we go with the away leg. We do have a 1-0 lead. So if we can score any type of away goal, that will be a big problem for them. So as you see, we have our full lineup in. Let's see, can we pull it off? Can we make the semis? 1-1, Esposito goal early, so we have done it. 2-1 aggregate. We have taken down the Spanish giant on to the semifinals. So, 3 German teams and us. We've drawn Bayern Munich in the semifinals here. And the other one, you have Hertha Berlin and Dortmund. But you remember, right, we ran Berlin over in our group stage. So anyway, let's go to the match. We start off the away leg here at Bayern Munich. I'll be alright. Full lineup intact we have. A good lineup, but it's not the powerhouse lineup you expect from Munich. So anyways, results say we're going to go on the road and take a 2-1 win. And that's with Pedro pulling one back late. We got a brace from Alvarez in the 4th and 60th minute. There we are at home, taking on Bayern Munich in the semifinals for our first ever trip to the finals of the Champions League. Can we do it? 2-1 advantage coming in. 1-1, Esposito with a goal in the 11th minute. We have done it, guys. We are in the finals. So here we are in the finals. We have drawn Borussia Dortmund, which I imagine if they could have Sancho, Reina, maybe even Holland, we'll see. Let's quickly look at the rest of the results for the season. We finished 14 points clear of Napoli to win the Serie A title. Look at that, 89 goals on the season. We're at Atalanta numbers. But Napoli took home the Coppa Italia over Fiorentina. Where did we lose? One day I'm going to figure this out. Where did we lose? We lost in the round of 16 to Bologna. Goodness gracious. Chelsea defeated Man U to win the Europa League in the All Premier League finals. And a look at our stats in the season. Esposito once again knocked a nice 38 with a 90. He's up 93 overall. So a quick look at stats for what we're hoping for is the final game of the season. But we will see here shortly. So here we are playing the Bernabeu in our 9th season's rebuild. You see our lineup. You see where our overall is. Malusa, Seneste is at 86. Our big guys are Esposito at 93. And then at 92 is Zanioli, Tonali, and Donnarumma. So, can we finish the work started by Diego Maradona his last season before his untimely passing? Can we bring home the Champions League to the Argentinian club playing in Serie A? Can we finish a special rebuild? Let's find out here, and results will say 3-2, wow. And our winning goal was knocked in by Mr. Montiel. Look at that, Alvarez scored in the 53rd minute, Borrella scored in the 6th. How about that? We are Champions League's champions. And there's our beautiful trophy. So, if you've been to these rebuilds before, you know I always give the team a chance to defend their title. So we're going to simulate a 10th season, just a little less detailed, quick rundown of the transfers and the end season results. So look, can we repeat as champions? See you in a moment to find out. So, even though I have that huge budget I did have to re-sign a couple of players just to make sure they stayed happy the rest of the season. But for the transfers, all we do, we acquire a backup striker in Moises Keane from Mallorca for 46 million. Then we sign for central midfield Thiago Almada from Real Madrid for $165 million. We became Centurions and undefeated. Well, yeah, guess so. 102 points in Serie A. We managed to take home the Supercoppa over Napoli. We did the domestic treble by beating Milan in penalties in the Coppa Italia. We took home the UEFA Super Cup, defeating Chelsea 3-2. Europa League was won by Inter Milan, who beat Dortmund, who was the runner-up in the Champions League last year. But even after winning all that silverware, we were not able to defend our Champions League title. Bayern Munich defeated Atletico Madrid 2-0. We didn't make the semis, didn't make the quarters. Did we not make it out of our group? Yeah, we did. Can I not read? Beat Ajax. There we go. We lost to Monaco in the quarterfinals. Oh well, nice attempt. And here's our stats for the season. As you see, Esposito got to 40 goals on the season. Alvarez followed up with a nice 17 assists. And here's our look at our final lineup. As we see, we'll talk about this was a special rebuild as in honor of Maradona. Did something a little different. If you have any teams you like to see rebuild in the future, be glad to drop it in the description below. These videos do take time, especially these 8, 9, 10 season ones. I already started working on the next one because I was actually in progress that one till the death of Mr. Maradona. Then I started on this one. So for the next one, we will be going to the Championship League of the English football. So if you enjoy the time taken on this, you can welcome, like, and subscribe. Let me know. I appreciate it. And something I will eventually be doing other things on this channel, just to keep it variety and keep my attention better. So thank you guys. Have a good day and enjoy.